Have you ever thought about what kind of legacy you're going to leave in the world? Today, we're going to talk about spiritual legacy here on The Spiritual American. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going to be talking about spiritual legacy. Interesting. Maybe we haven't thought about this. As a matter of fact, when I was thinking about it myself, it brought up a whole bunch of different thoughts and ideas that have to do with spiritual knowledge that I'm going to share. But it's quite touching to think about how deeply we impact ourselves and others. So the first point I'm going to make about this is it's not just about what you leave behind, but you're also creating your future. So let's talk about how karma works a minute, right? So we know that everything that we've done in the past is impacting my present. So I bought this house and now I'm living in this house. So the action of buying the house is affecting the way I live right now. We understand it in having families too, right? Like I have a child and then the child lives on and takes on the family traditions and so forth. Traditionally, that's what happens. And also that's a legacy. Also, whatever I put money into or whatever energy or whatever work I do in my life, that's also putting energy out into the world. And hopefully it's positive and helping others and so forth, making a positive impact. But spiritually speaking, we've been talking about karma so much and talking about attitude and talking about vision and talking about some of these internal awarenesses, specifically about soul conscious awareness. To be soul conscious and to understand that everybody is a soul and we're all playing our parts and that I can have good wishes and pure feelings for everyone. I'm changing the dynamic of my own fortune. I'm changing the dynamic of my own energy and how I'm showing up in the world. And spiritually, when I do that, I'm creating a sense of self that's not ordinary. So for instance, let's say, we've heard this story, like, let's say one of the parents has physical abuse of the child, then the child grows up and physically abuses their children. So there's like a intergenerational passing on of habits and stuff. Left unchecked, we're going to pick up whatever's around us and we're going to move it forward, right? So we see this all the time. Spirituality, I would say now, in this time, is really about the willingness and the determination of looking at all of those things that I picked up along the way, figuring out if I want them still or not, and then creating spiritually based thoughts, awarenesses, attitudes, and behaviors that I practice, that I move forward. What kind of future is that going to create? So it's not only about what I leave behind, it's also about what I'm creating for the future. Sometimes they talk about money in the world and the debt and so forth, and what are we doing to our children and so forth. And that's all legitimate in terms of the physical world. But what am I leaving emotionally? What am I leaving with my attitude? What am I creating for the future? When I do elevated actions, we were talking about elevated karma in the other episode. When I change my awareness to spiritual and I start doing actions, two things are happening. I'm doing the action and something is happening as a result of the action. So let's say I'm learning how to be peaceful and I'm stopping fighting with my husband. There's no more fighting. So I've changed the environment. Hopefully positive, right? Positive environment now. And then I'm living in that positive environment. So that environment is then giving back to me. But in that soul conscious awareness, I'm also emerging a personality of peace. This is where it becomes more than just ordinary. I would assert that we would pick up a personality, even if you never tried, you would pick up a personality based on your upbringing, based on religion, based on culture, based on age, developmental things. You'd pick it up along the way, just as a function of being human, just as a function of being here. But in spirituality, we're trying to create something beyond that. And when I create something beyond that, I'm actually creating the personality of that. It's almost like I'm a different person. I'm sure some of you have had this experience where you decide like you're not going to do something anymore. Let's say you break up with a relationship. You break a relationship and you move away and you say, I feel like a new person, or I feel I'm not that person anymore. Whenever we can go beyond something of the past, it definitely feels like we're new, like there's a freshness. But with spirituality, it goes even further because if I'm in soul conscious awareness, I'm doing action and I'm living in an awareness that has nothing to do with the world. What kind of a future does that create? What kind of a world does that create? You could say that the spiritual legacy is a peaceful world. Peace in humanity and peace in the world. Peace in nature. You could say that is a spiritual legacy. How can I contribute to that spiritual legacy? Well, soul consciousness. I am a soul, my nature is peace. In that moment, I am not manifesting any of those other personality traits from before that I picked up, and I'm only manifesting and reinforcing the spiritual personality trait. An identity, right? So what kind of a future, this soul consciousness, peace, happiness, love, generosity, wisdom, as I'm growing them inside myself, I keep impacting, and creating. That's a spiritual legacy. You might say to me, well, we're all creating a legacy. It's true. I remember one time I was in a leadership program and they were talking about how the future gives you being in the present. So in other words, whatever you're looking forward to, that's what you're moving towards. So if I say I'm in medical school, that the fact that I know that I'm in medical school, that future of being a doctor is giving me being and action in the present because I know that that's where I'm going to be. So another way of saying it is if I have an aim, that's going to give me the actions that I need. Sometimes we say if you have an aim, you get the qualification, right? You get the personality traits based on the aim that you have. So in a spiritual legacy, it's a little different than an ordinary legacy because I'm creating a future for myself that has nothing to do with this world. I'm creating an attitude and a vision and an awareness of myself that has nothing to do with the body, with people, with culture, anything, time. Think about that for a minute, and we'll do a meditation together, but think about it for a minute. I'm creating something that has nothing to do with the world. That's a big deal. So a spiritual legacy means that I am impacting now. I'm not taking the past forward with me. I'm creating a pure future by calling myself a soul and also getting in touch with this idea of harmony and peace is helping to create a future world like that. So let's do a meditation together and see if we can get in touch with these ideas a little bit more, how my soul consciousness affects my present and the future. So sitting quietly, let the body relax. Bring your attention to the center of the forehead. Visualize the sparkling star. I am a soul. I am living consciousness, and my nature is peace. My nature is love. I am a gentle soul. I live naturally in harmony in the world. I understand that as I live, whatever awareness I have helps to reinforce a personality, my own personality, and also my future. So as I generate this awareness, I understand that I'm creating something also. Feel the vibrations of peace through the body. And now take a moment to visualize. Visualize a world of perfect purity, peace, and harmony, where human beings and nature live in perfect peace and happiness on earth. I, the soul, am peaceful in nature. Visualize this beautiful, harmonious world, and that I have the personality to match that world. Absolutely pure. Everyone living together with respect and joy in natural harmony. And my personality is a perfect fit for that future. And even now, remembering my essence, remembering my nature, makes a beautiful and positive impact on my mind, my body, my health, my relationships, the environment, nature, and the whole world. Take positive benefit from me in this awareness. And now gently prepare to return. Start coming back into waking awareness. Bring your energy up into your face. Move your fingers and toes a little bit. And we're back. So I hope that you were able to have an experience there. Can you see how matching the vibration of my own personality to soul consciousness has a positive impact on me and everyone else now and in the future. That's a spiritual legacy. So I will leave it there. Remember, our slogan is heal, empower, and serve. And until next time, take care.